Welcome, everybody, to the 31st installment of the Packing Orders podcast. Frizz, how are you?
I'm pretty good today. How are you?
Nasally.
Yeah, Johnny's been sick. We got home from New York and he is down for the count. He's been down all week.
Yeah. We were so go that I think once we stopped, my immune system I don't travel well.
Yeah. No, you always get sick from coming home from a trip. I don't know if it's the planes or like the constant in motion or everything. I mean, because you wash your hands, you do use hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of neurotic about that when we're traveling, just because of this.
Maybe that's why. But you need a little dirt.
I need to eat a little dirt. My immune system does not enjoy traveling.
No,
but it never has. I've always struggled with it. But we'll talk about that. We went to New York City for the weekend, had a blast.
It was amazing.
We will talk about what we did, and then maybe a little bit more of the thrifting experience,
right?
And what it's like. We have been to New York City before and have thrifted there. We've never gone solely for thrifting, but we've kind of popped into some shops before. But what is New York City like if you're actually thrifting there? And kind of like what travel thrifting is like. We like our thriftcations.
Yeah, this was like a heavy thrifting because we did decide to go on the trip to see the masquerade, but like it ended up being like mostly thrifting. So we can write it off as a work trip. It was heavy thrifting.
Maybe.
And we had the meeting with Depop.
We did.
So this is totally it was a work trip.
Yeah, sorry we had a little fun on our work trip. Frizz, I want to chat with you about something that has been on my mind. And then also, February has wrapped up. February is in the rearview mirror.
Yes, thank goodness.
We sprung ahead. The clocks are ahead. And so what does that mean, I guess, looking into like Q2 for reselling?
Okay.
Time to start changing up what we're buying. Do we need to look at some things? What do we do in spring? Because I feel like we actually, aside from February, which tends to be a little slower, usually we pick right back up.
Yeah.
That those tax returns start coming back. And instead of people saving like they probably should, they start spending money.
I think looking back at our numbers, usually towards middle March, everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
Like we start really like pumping out the sales towards the middle to end of March, and then it's normal. Yeah.
We talked last week about the grand opening that we went to, but just for you thrifting in general, now that it was 80 the other day.
Yeah. It's so nice.
How do you kind of like, are you still trying to get those heavy, like, are you trying to get the rest of your winter stuff in? Or do you kind of prioritize differently where it's like, okay, I've got to start leaning into less?
So here's the issue that I have with that. Because a lot of our local thrift stores right now are getting rid of all their winter and fall clothes.
Oh, yeah. We went to $1 day.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sales going on. If you have local thrift stores, check out their sales because this is a time of year where they are flipping their inventory and it's a really good time for deals. But with that being said, it is another season, right? And you're picking up the past season stuff. So it's not the greatest for right here, right now listing because it might sit for a minute, but I still list it.
Do you think that's part of the problem?
What?
Like we went to that $1 day, which everything in this store was $1.
Yeah.
But like suits,
right.
like blazer pant, $1.
Yeah.
Not
blazer and pant, $2. It was blazer pant together, $1.
$1.
Yeah. It was amazing.
I want to go back into spring and how we change, but like, why not buy everything?
Well,
why be picky at $1 a day?
So when I first started, I think the first year or two, I was not picky. And those dollar days, I would get basically, if I've heard the brand at all, I would pick it up. And I learned from that not everything sells. And we still have some of the stuff that I picked up a long time ago that still hasn't sold. And since I don't do Whatnot anymore, I used to use a lot of the dollar day items to sell on Whatnot because the price is right for a Whatnot show.
Yeah, that's what your cost needs to
Not so much for an eBay or Poshmark. So I am still picky on dollar days because I don't want to flood our store with $20 items. I get people do it and that's, you do you, but I don't like listing $20 items.
Okay.
And it won't get listed. Like I know myself, and if I have a pile of like things, I just won't list them.
Yeah.
So I am picky still with dollar days.
Are you less picky?
I am less picky, yes. Because some of the stuff that I'll pick up on dollar days, I will try to go to buy, sell, trade.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll take some to buy, sell, trade. But again, it's off-season stuff. So they, again, might not take it this time of year. So yeah, I was very much picky at the dollar day. You weren't so much picky, but I think the men's section was a little better. Cause like suits and blazers, like that's just you cannot beat $1.
No. And that was like, the only suits that I didn't pick up were ones that had just like an old vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Like I know we don't know much about like suits and stuff. Like there's an opportunity for us to learn more. Right. And I think we've said that a million times, but I know like 2 buttons are more popular than 3 buttons. So I like avoided the 3 ones, and I didn't pick up suits that just felt old.
I got that. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, even if you're trendy and like New York City, like, are you wearing a suit just because it's from the 90s? Like a Hager suit.
Yeah. I mean,
that's 35 years old.
Minimal audience for that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
to the masses.
Right. Like, I don't know that that's and I could be wrong, but I don't know that that's the vintage trend.
Yeah, I will say, like, all over the Ralph Lauren runway were the double-breasted, large lapel, total 90s vibe blazers. But is that in a mass trend right now? No, it's not. Yeah. It's not for the masses yet. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. I don't know if it'll ever catch on. But some of those suits were just not. They're not.
They were like
cheap 90s brands.
But like grandpa died.
Yeah.
And you donated what was in his closet. Yeah. And I just don't know. Like, even if like, oh, that style suit was popular in the 90s and it's come back. Like, is that something that you want the original from? I
think a lot of people do because typically they're made better.
Okay.
Than today's. I think everyone who is looking for a more substantial piece, a vintage item, is just made, it's better quality.
I get that.
Better materials.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know, there's something
just I get it.
Very worn about a suit. So I tried to pick up like the 2-button ones and then patterns that didn't seem dated.
Yeah. Okay.
Like certain plaids look good and certain plaids look old.
Yeah.
And instead of just saying it's only $1, get it, I didn't, because I mean, how many suits can we fit in a bin?
This is true. I think also with the going back to the patterns, the 80s were a wild time, right? And not all 80s stuff is ever going to come back.
No. Well, not any of anything.
Like the plaids in the 80s are not the plaids of today. So yeah, if it was like a normal, like kind of minimalist or like a different trendier plaid, that would be good.
I just went for something that was like, that's a nice suit, instead of like, that looks like grandpa's suit, if that makes sense. But I want to say we picked up like 10.
But the thing with suits is it's a higher sales price. No matter what the brand, typically if you're selling a complete suit, like a jacket and pants, you're going to get more than $20.
Yeah.
So, and for $1, you cannot beat it.
And when you pay $1, like, you're 20xing your money. Like, that's pretty good.
That's really good. That's very good. Very good.
But I was just curious because there were things that, I know you were like, I'm not going to get this. And like, kind of in my head, I was like, it's $1.
Yeah, I know. I did not get one pair of shoes. Sometimes I will get the shoes at Dollar Day, but I had been to this store previously, like, because they had sales going on for a week before that too. They didn't have any good sales even worth $1 or good shoes even worth $1. And I don't like selling shoes anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I only pick up shoes if they're like 100% like I know they're going to sell.
Okay, sorry, hacking fit. I'm struggling through this one. But I know you, but like shoes just seem like we would sell more shoes if we listed more shoes, right?
No, because we don't buy them.
Well, no, we would then list more shoes.
Yeah, I just don't. I want to get out of the shoe game.
They're like easy though.
Are they though?
What's difficult about listing shoes?
Well, I don't like the cleaning process.
Regardless.
So I'm not going to clean shoes.
Then don't buy dirty shoes.
Yeah,
so what about?
I just don't like selling shoes. That's it.
Just cause?
Just because, and we have so many shoes that just sit and like don't like haven't sold. So I don't enjoy the shoes.
But you could say that about clothes.
Mm-hmm, you could.
That we have a ton of clothes that have not sold.
This is true. I just don't want to sell shoes. You can.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just am curious, like you are very passionate about not shoes. So like what?
I don't like the storing of them. The inventory system we have isn't like as easy as throwing it in a bin. And I just don't enjoy it. You don't have to do things you don't enjoy.
And you don't. Trust me.
A lot of times.
Trust me, you don't. But like okay, all right.
And that's that.
I just think there's an opportunity for that. And I think if we listed,
there's an opportunity for us to sell hard goods too.
But we talked not last week or the week before about trying to grow your business.
This is true.
I mean, huge, like shoes is like a no-brainer.
Nah, I'm out.
Versus like, I would rather look at shoes here than drive towns over to see what shirts they have. True.
I don't know. Possibly. I mean, whatever, maybe. Just not, I don't, we did the shoes for a while.
Well, that's how we started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
All right. Well, maybe you'll come back someday.
Possibly.
Maybe your taste buds will change. Has it been 7
every
years
7
yet?
years.
Okay, so going back, it's been dollar sale, right? So like you're getting going out of season.
Yes.
And I guess if you're buying going out of season, you're then listing going out of season. Like, is that part of the problem? Meaning like sales could be better if that's not what we were doing.
No, because I've already been starting to look at dresses and stuff, and I've been listing a lot of dresses. They aren't really selling. I mean, we sold a few, but not really any springy dresses yet. I think it's just a weird season for people this time of year that they're not shopping right now.
Are we just in that weird lull still?
Yeah, and I think retailers have the same issue, right? It's just a slower time of year in the clothing scene because we've said this before. Winter clothes, you already have your winter clothes. You're not going to buy more winter clothes. It's not quite, really hot enough to get. I mean, it has been here actually, but just this past week has.
Yeah. So. I'm just always, I think we talked about this before too, but I'm just always intrigued by the fact that this happens, but it doesn't happen in its counterpart.
What do you mean?
Like, like February historically slow, and then March starts off slow and then picks up. But like, we don't have that in September, October.
I think, and here's the deal. I think, because me personally feel this way, that in the end of summer, people are so excited for fall and fall clothes and the layering that they just start buying.
They jump the gun.
You can wear lightweight sweaters, cardigans in the end of summer going into fall easier than you can put on a summer dress in the end of winter.
Yeah.
It's easier to layer going into the fall than take off clothes going into the spring.
Will you change, like, as this time goes on? And like I said before, we have all this like sales. Like we've bought a lot lately. Not a terrible problem to have.
No.
But we've bought a lot of heavy stuff. Like if you go to the thrift store today and get spring stuff, will you prioritize that here the second week of March? Will you prioritize that over that out of season stuff?
Yeah.
You will?
Yeah. I do want to get all those suits listed though. I don't mind photographing and listing suits. Because when we went to New York City, we went to the bins. I picked up a suit supply 100% wool blazer, and the next day it sold.
Yeah.
So like suits, I feel like blazers are still selling right now. It was a lightweight wool blazer.
Yeah,
I think like I just want to get those listed because it takes up a lot of space.
And suits are worn year round.
Yeah.
Regardless. And I don't think the average guy has like summer suits and winter suits.
Oh, really?
I'm not saying that guys don't.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, I have a couple suits. Well, I don't wear suits, but like I wouldn't be like, oh, that's my winter suit. I'm sure people have heavier, like the wool tweed that they may not rock in the summer. But like if you have a navy blue or a black suit,
just a plain one, yeah, you can wear it all year round.
You know what I mean? You're not like, oh, that's my winter black suit. This like
that makes sense.
I'm sure there are guys that do, and like the real suit, like 5 days a week, always wearing suits, probably do. But the casual guy that kind of like has a couple
that wears a suit,
has a couple coats, like has a couple sport coats that go with a couple different pants, and just has to wear it like when corporate's in town, probably just year round.
Yeah,
you know. So thrifting in New York, I would say of all big cities that we have gone to, maybe my least favorite city to thrift in. And I'm going to say that solely because of transportation.
Yeah, it was. So we weren't able to go to New Jersey for.
Well, I guess we should back up a little bit. If you don't know, we went to New York City last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, flew back last Monday morning, really for the sole purpose of thrifting.
I wanted to go to New Jersey. We didn't end up getting there. We did go to Brooklyn, but not at any of the ones that I had on my list because they were a little further away because it is all like mass transit that and it would have taken a little bit longer to get to. So we focused mainly in Manhattan, but I was kind of like in the morning, like having to think about, well, which thrift store should we go to first? Because what if we find a lot of things, we only have a bag, like a reusable bag. If we find things, we've got to go back to the hotel, dump it off, and then go back. So like you can't really thrift multiple locations in one sitting because you have to lug your stuff around.
Yeah, it was this weird, like you wanted to find things, but you didn't want to find a ton of things. While also fighting the reseller thrifter in you that wants to find things.
Yeah.
And it was just a weird, and then I remember like coming back from the bins in Queens, and like we had pretty full, our bags. Goodwill bags were pretty full, and like just having those on the train.
Yeah. If I lived in New York City, I would 100% have a Hulken bag. Because you could just roll that around. You can close the top, zip the top, and it's such an easy roll around bag, and you can fit a lot in. So if I were to go to the bins again in New York City, like a Hulken bag would be where it's at.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of a Hulken and like up and down stairs at the subway station.
Yeah.
When you're on the subway and it's like packed. And you've got like that big bulky bag, just being like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to mess with it.
I mean, guess if you know no different, like either do that or you don't source. It's different, but like as a casual, like I'm here for 2 days, like to me that was like, it's a little much.
Yeah, it was. That would be hard.
Goodwills, good brands. And then just more than we're used to paying. It
was so good. The Goodwills in Manhattan were very disappointing to me. They had a lot of good brands, but the clothes, the quality was so terrible, like either stained, holes, or shrunk. I mean, they were putting out anything. Our thrift stores try to not put out damaged goods, but they 100% put out damaged goods.
I will say this, and I've said this before, a con of northern thrifting. Northern clothes, just harsher weather conditions. I don't know if guys wear them longer than they do in this. Like, it's maybe because it's the material. I don't know what it is, but northern thrifting, the clothes tend to be more worn. I noticed it in Buffalo. I noticed it in Boston. Noticed it in New York City.
Even in Indiana, the clothes seem to be more worn. Yeah.
Just going through those harsh winters. It's not all just shorts and t-shirts, Floridian lifestyle. It's like when you go and you buy a car and it's like Florida, like a used car, and it's like Florida car. And it says that just so you know it didn't go through any harsh winters.
No rust. No rust on it.
Exactly. And I think like the clothes just take the toll on it.
That's true too.
But I mean, we were finding, I saw, the St. John's, and you found like an All Saints jacket and stuff like the brands were there. So they're not necessarily holding them back. I'm sure they hold stuff back.
I'm sure they do.
But like there was stuff getting out. But like the bread and butter stuff, which we really didn't want anyways, were double.
Yeah.
And so that was an easy, like, I'll just get this at home.
Yeah.
Because we're traveling, because I don't want to carry it. But it was enough to just kind of...
Yeah, it was... Yeah, the bread and butter stuff was like $13. And that's just a little too high to pay for bread and butter. Because you don't... Like, the profit isn't there.
And it does kind of eliminate, like, I think of a lot of $12.99 I noticed, or $9.99 or $12.99. And it kills for me. We don't do a lot of $25, $30 stuff anyways, but at $5-6 it's on the table,
right?
And at $10, $13 it's completely off the table. So just interesting as a reseller based on where you live, based on what prices are in thrift stores, and this is only Goodwill, not comparing it to other stores, but like if that's where you're sourcing from, like it's hard. Like it's hard to justify, I picked this up for 13 and sold it for 25. Yeah.
It's almost, you have to have a different strategy everywhere you go.
Or do you accept that? And you're just like,
Probably.
You know what? I live in New York City and this is just what life is. Do that or don't do it at all.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like Seattle. The Seattle thrift stores the Goodwills were crazy expensive. And so I think they must be used to just taking a smaller profit.
Yeah. I will say prices in New York City better than in Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't know that anything that we have seen has been more than Seattle.
No, Seattle's crazy. But that's why their bins are so good. The bins we went to in Queens, the bins we went to in Queens, they have a very good potential of being amazing.
Yeah.
Like if we had more time and if we were to go like another time, I'm sure, we found some great things just being there for not even an hour.
Yeah. And there were a lot of people who you could tell had been there all day and had overflowing carts. And I even think of our bins here in North Carolina, like very rarely do you see people with overflowing carts.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's people that set up all day long and these carts were overflowing, like everybody's.
No, it was good. Like I could tell that would have been a great bins location if we had more time.
The only thing we didn't see was a rotation.
No, because we got there very later in the day on a Sunday, so they had stopped rotating.
Somebody came out, pulled a couple bins, and then just kind of casually replaced it, but it was very unnoticed. I only noticed it because I was standing there.
Yeah.
Towards the back where their back of house was. Like a guy came, pulled a couple bins, and then just rolled a couple out. And nobody
Didn't even notice?
No. So it's so I don't know if that's just how they do it.
They probably don't. They probably do.
Or it just, this guy was like, you know what, I got these couple bins. I'm just going to flip these out.
But you did find some good stuff.
Yeah, that was the Mother Jeans and the Citizens of Humanity. But going back to that Goodwill, people did camp out for those new racks. They do let you search the new racks, which I appreciate. It's silly when they don't, and then you just follow the employee, and it's got to be weird for the employee too. We were
I think that's got to be more annoying for the employee if you follow the new rec around and wait till they put things down rather than just let them look when it comes out.
I remember last fall, did we go to Boston in fall? We were in Cape Cod, and you couldn't touch the new racks. The employee had to place it on the rack. And then they had pulled out all those Cape Cod League hats, and the employee had it in his hands. And I said, oh, I'll take those hats. And he goes, no, I've got to put them down.
You have to physically put them on the counter.
I want them. So I walk with him. Like, we're chatting. And then he puts them on the shelf. And as his arm goes back, mine goes and grabs it. And like, to me, and he was just, those are the rules. Like, that's how we do things here. And to me, I'm just like, isn't this weird? Isn't this weird? Yeah. So I appreciate that they let them search the racks, but these people just camp.
Yeah. And they all know each other, and they're like, oh.
And they all know what they're looking for. So it's obviously competitive, but it's tricky to see. It's tough to see stuff past the goalie.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the good brands that we did find were flawed, hence why we found them and put them back. Like, there was that St. John dress that I found, but it had a snag on it. And so it was like, yeah, they probably saw this and was like...
And they passed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, a lot of vintage shops. More... I don't know that some were curated, but some were just vintage shops. I mean, we were in the one with all those garbage bags full of stuff.
I like the vintage pop-ups. We went into
the pop-up market, I think they're called.
One vintage pop-up, whatever. But it was they knew what they had because their prices were crazy high. But like, just seeing the stuff they had was amazing. Like, oh my gosh, everything. I'm like, who's your supplier?
Yeah,
I need your supplier, because they did say they don't take donations, so they have it coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
But
it's just, again, not... I mean, some things can slip through, but overall, like, that stuff is sold for end user. And so it's like...
Not enough for... Yeah, you couldn't resell it. There's no profit there.
You did find that Melanzana top, which was awesome, and... $12, take that all day. And that sold instantly. But, you know, when they're in those shops and then they're also paying New York City rent, like, prices have to be higher just from rent. So it's like, no, I'm not paying $25 for a Ralph Lauren polo.
No.
That I could sell on eBay for $25.
Right, it was like eBay pricing.
You know, but it kind of has to be.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it.
So I'm wondering if you just have to kind of go out more.
Well, that's what yeah, you do. If we go back, when we go back, I would like to do the New Jersey thrift stores that I have a list of.
Yeah. I'm curious how far away from the city is it instant? Like, you get outside the city center and like prices
I don't know.
flood out, or does it like...
Still,
like, do you have to be expensive? Do you have to be 2 hours out?
Right.
The north, that it's just more taxes are higher, rent's higher, like, so things are just going to be higher. But I'm just curious, like, obviously Buffalo prices is not New York City prices. So where is that line? You know what I mean? Is it instant? Or
no,
is
I'm
it
sure
like,
it's probably still expensive there.
You know,
because that was only like a half an hour train ride from the city to the Jersey thrift that I wanted to go to. So it's still way too close to be super cheap.
But crazy just how much vintage exists.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I mean, being in all these stores that were very vintage focused, and we're just packed with items. And you're like, dang. And you think of like being here and like the t-shirt bros go through a bin and like find one. And they're so excited. And then like you go to New York City, it's like, no, that's all we have.
Yeah, that's true.
Different. So a quick high level overview of our thriftcation in New York City, but check out Frizzy's Finds, where we'll actually have our video of thrifting New York City, but it is definitely a different experience than at any place else we've been.
Yeah. Part of our trip in New York City was we went to the Depop office.
Yeah, Etsy headquarters.
Yeah, in Brooklyn, which is right over the Brooklyn Bridge. And we actually walked the Brooklyn Bridge back from Brooklyn to the city.
I think that's where I got sick.
Oh, no.
I definitely got sick from Masquerade, and we had to wear a mask, and my mask went under my nose but didn't have nose holes.
So dumb.
So I was literally like just breathing in
recycled
it was not
recycled
cute.
Bacteria.
And I'm pretty sure that is what this whole head cold is from, is just like...
I felt so bad for you because you were like, I could hear him breathing in the mask, or trying to breathe in the mask. And I'm like, you're breathing so loud.
Yeah, I was just trying to stay alive. So if you ever are at some form of event and you have a mask and it covers your nose, make sure
there's holes in it.
Because I am 100% like, you got to think that like any of the crud, you know, that like your nose hairs catch that you then breathe out, that I was just bouncing right back in. And so I think 100%, because you're not.
No, I'm not sick. I don't usually get colds though a lot. You get colds a lot.
Well,
I don't really. I'm not a cold person.
No. But die sooner, I guess.
Anyway, so we got into New York on Friday, and we went to our hotel, checked in, and then went directly to Brooklyn to meet up with Depop.
Yeah.
And nobody was in the Depop office.
Nobody was in the Etsy office.
No. I don't think anybody works on Fridays in Etsy or Depop.
It was crazy. So we got there, and then Laura, shout out Laura, who we met with. She's also new to Depop. Like she's got to basically
only been there a month.
Yeah, she has to like sign us in basically. Like we're her guests. Well, she wasn't in the system yet, so like it was, for a lack of a better term, an ordeal to get us allowed in, right? So you're thinking like, wow, there's got to be a lot going on in here that like this is Fort Knox, right? And then we go through and it's just like nobody's there.
The whole place is empty.
So if you're on Etsy or Depop and you feel that no one's answering you, no one's working.
No one's working. No.
But it was really cool to see. It definitely had startup vibe to it.
Well, Etsy, big building.
Huge.
And Depop is one tiny little corner in the whole building.
Yeah, that's so baby. Hopefully
eBay upgrades them.
Yeah,
because they deserve an upgrade.
They definitely stuck baby in the corner for sure. But huge. I don't know. Like kudos to her for being able to know where to go, because I feel like we were up elevators, going over walk bridges, and
we were in a different building.
All just to like
show us
go into a square
room. I asked her if she had any insider info on the whole eBay buying Depop, but she didn't really know anything either.
Yeah.
Fun fact, she only has to go into the office, 4 times a month?
4 times a month.
4 times a month. So that's why nobody's in the office, because they pretty much all work remote.
Yeah, I would probably say like Wednesday would just be my office day. Well, I guess if you're like that and you're that age, like we're all like just in our 20s living our best New York City life.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
We as a collective, what day are you going in?
Right.
She
says typically they work Tuesdays and Thursdays in the office, and it's the marketing team that usually goes in the office. But they also encourage their workers to sell on Depop. And so there were places in the office where there were clothing racks, there were items of clothes, and there was a photo corner.
Yeah.
So she said that people do like list things and take photos while they're at work, which is really fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then we brought up, obviously, a lot of the questions that you guys have brought up or concerns that we've seen people have. Big one being the binding offers. We probably disagree to the popular opinion on binding offers. I think people would miss them if they were gone.
Yeah, I think it's better for a shopping experience to not have the binding offers, because as a shopper, sometimes I like to see everything, and I don't like on Poshmark, I don't want to send an offer and then send an offer on like 5 different things, hoping that they accept it. And then what if they all accept it? Then I have 5 of the same thing. Yeah, you're
kind of stuck waiting for that person to make a decision.
Right.
From a shopping experience.
From a shopper, the non-binding offers are nice. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to change that just because of that.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the vibe of Depop. And like people were, I wish these were binding offers. You just wouldn't get those offers. They wouldn't exist to accept.
Yeah.
One thing that I did bring up in regards to binding offers is if we're going back and forth, you need to be locked in.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going back and forth for you to then not buy it. And that's frustrating to me.
And that's happened. And they're like, oh, just take this. I'll buy it right now. And so we're like, okay, yeah, here you go. And then they don't.
And then they don't.
And that's after 4 going back and forth 4 different times.
Yeah. So I think you send, if you're going to do it as like, here's your best offer, right? Like you want this sweater for $20. If I send you 25 and you then come back at 22, like you're committed. We're going back and forth. You should now be committed.
But where's the cutoff of that? Like, where is the first offer isn't binding, but the second one is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here's the deal. What I envision it, if I king for the day, right? You're sending me what you want to pay for an item, right? So again, if I have a sweater listed for $40 and you send 20, like you have like knocked on my door. So I'm answering and I'm like, can't 25. And then if you're like, I'll do 22.
And then if you accept it, it should be automatic pay. Yeah.
Sold.
I agree with that.
Instead of like, I'd do 22. Okay, I'll do 22.
And then
all right, I'll let you know if I want. I'll let you know. Like what? Like and the way that I had explained it is like, this is time. And if you want me to take offers seriously as a seller, there's got to be an incentive versus like if somebody now pays, it's the initial thing is, wow.
Yeah. Well, they actually paid.
Right.
I will, on Depop, I'll accept offers knowing that they won't pay.
Just knowing they're not going to.
Like, I'm like, I'll just accept that because I know they won't pay anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a great deal. They won't pay.
Yeah. So we talked about that, navigating on the website, navigating on the app better.
Because you can't search your closet. You can't search a specific item on your closet on the app. You can on the computer, but not on the app. And it's quite annoying.
Yeah.
We did discuss a lot. A lot of the session was about shipping.
A lot.
Because they really do need an overhaul of their shipping process because they are so expensive.
Yeah.
They are the most expensive, I think, platform to ship on.
Yeah.
They don't have as many options.
No. And there can be too many options.
Right. Well,
like it's nice that the way Poshmark is set up because it's just flat. But really, and this is silly, but Mercari does it the best.
Yeah, Mercari does.
If you want the USPS ground version, it's there. It's expensive, but it's there. Or you have the UPS SurePost, and 10 out of 10. I use it for everything. there you go. Here's your two options. One is more expensive, but you can just go to the post office. Two, way cheaper, but you have to go to UPS. Like, that's the caveat, and that's it. Where sometimes eBay can almost be overwhelming.
Well, and I think that's what deters people from starting to sell on eBay is usually the people say like, I'm scared of shipping. I'm scared of shipping, which it is like, but once you get used to it, it's fine. But it is intimidating at first because there are so many options.
Well, everything's available, right? So do you want FedEx 2-day, FedEx 3-day, UPS ground, like UPS has a ground,
and then USPS priority, USPS ground, like
flat rate, all of a sudden you're like, whoa,
the possibilities are endless.
And then you're like, okay, I'll pick the cheapest. Oh, you just ship that medium mail. No, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like it's almost too much. But right now, just for Depop, the prices are just too expensive.
So they're way too expensive.
And so if you have a sweater that you sold for $20 and then they're going to charge you $15 for shipping, it's never going to happen. Especially when I know that I can get that label for like $7 at most. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we do our own shipping on Depop, because we do buy our own labels because we know we can get them for a lot cheaper.
And it really comes out in the wash. Like a lot of things, we do $6 flat. And most things are in the 5s to very low 6. So it's inconsequential. Very rarely is it like, whoa, we just low.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like worst case, a sweater to California is costing you $10. So you, I guess you kind of work in your head, you're kind of working that in a little bit. One thing interesting, eBay comes on, and I don't know if this is related to eBay or this was happening anyways, but boosting just went from 8 to 12%.
I don't think it has anything to do with the eBay. A lot of people are blaming them. But our rep at Depop said the sale hasn't even gone through yet. Like nothing is actually like final for that. So I think it was already going on, and everyone's now just blaming eBay for it. But eBay has nothing to do with that.
I wonder if that was strategic.
Maybe, but it is pay to play on Depop for us. At least we have to boost to get sales.
Yeah.
Maybe if we modeled our clothes, we would get sales.
Yeah, for sure. I think that.
But
it's knowing the platform and what works on the platform, and that just happens to.
Right.
Work on the
Just
platform.
the time it takes. Just, I don't know. Should I try it? Probably. We should probably try it.
Yeah. I mean, there comes a point where a business model of doing as little as possible to get as most as possible doesn't really sustain very long.
On certain things, it would be good. The one that you modeled?
I modeled a sweater.
It sold
on Depop,
and it was like a $90 sweater.
1 for 1. I'm 1 for 1. I mean,
look, it works.
And
it works.
I am officially a model.
You are.
Add it to the resume.
You can put Depop model. Re-commerce model.
I'm gonna start a separate YouTube channel of how I became a model after 40, and it's just gonna be about that one post, that one item on Depop. That one photo
that made you like $70. Not bad.
Like how I became
What's your going rate?
How I became a 2-figure model.
A 2-figure.
But it was cool. It was cool to see. It was cool to meet. We talked about that. Shipping was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think Laura, who we met with, was prepared.
No.
For how much shipping?
Unfortunately, she was a very new employee, had only been there not even a month or maybe a month. And so she didn't quite know about a lot of the things we were talking about.
Well, she wasn't necessarily a reseller. Like her background, that's not what it is. Yeah. So a lot of it was teaching her.
Yeah.
About how, like, kind of the nuances, because you're still going through, like, learning the company you're working for, let alone operating it. And like shipping, I mean, we've had full episodes
of just
on the pod talking about shipping. And I think people get pretty passionate about it because it's a way that people lose or make like it affects.
It is a huge part of reselling is shipping. Huge part.
And so not to kind of beat a dead horse with her, but just to really push like that is a big deal. And a lot of people who they don't like the binding offers. I understand that. And then number 2 is shipping.
They do have, which we haven't tried to use it, but they do have a similar program that Poshmark has where you can offer a discounted shipping rate and then you eat the cost. But you offer that to the buyer, which we haven't tried that, but it might be something that other people might want to do just to get shipping a little bit lower.
Yeah, because we just do the flat rate. So, but great conversation. I mean, we talked for hour and a half-ish, but she was definitely like, they wanted to hear, Depop as a whole wanted the feedback.
Yeah,
I mean, her job is to get feedback, basically, cut like user experience, customer experience stuff. And those were kind of the big things that we talked about. Depop is different from other platforms. You know, I think it's more of a style. It's like its own kind of vibe, you know?
Well, I think for eBay, people go to eBay to search specific item. And Depop, people go, well, you had said like for a vibe. Like if they're searching for like I want a Western boho outfit, or like I want that gothic look.
Yeah, like you see some resellers who are very style based, and they're like, I didn't even put the brand in. Like I just keyworded it to death. Like that works better on Depop than it would on eBay.
Yeah,
and I think we talked about this before on the pod. Like the t-shirt bros, less of them are on eBay than they are on like Depop, for instance. So
I do think with the whole eBay purchasing Depop, I do think it's gonna help eBay get the Depop sellers, because if they make it an easier transition to sell on both, I'm sure people from Depop are going to start selling on eBay. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's way more eyes on your items.
They've got to make it,
but it's got to be an easy experience for them to be able to just put their listings on both platforms.
Yeah, it's got to be like when you're listing on Depop, and then it's like, do you want to add this to eBay?
Well, I told the Depop, what was her name again? Laura. I told Laura about that. I was like, there needs to be just a button on eBay where it's like, post on Depop too. Just one button. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Going into other reseller stuff, Frizz, we, as you guys know or may not know, we offer free shipping on eBay. We got an item back to us this week because somebody had their address wrong in eBay. It's I think it's not a drop shipper, but it's one of those like you send it to this address and then they send it overseas kind of a thing.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
So we shipped the item. It came back.
So it wasn't through the international program?
No, it was not through international. It was to an address in Delaware that I think they must comprise and then they ship it out. I don't know how that all works, but I know it's popular on the West Coast going to Asia. So I don't know where this one was going. Well, anyways, this item came back to us as like incorrect address. So the buyer has now reached out to us and said, hey, it looks like my item came back to you. Can you send it to this address?
Okay, you're being very nice to this buyer because she's messaged us like 20,000 times and starting at like 4 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. Well, because she's not in the U.S.
It was so like...
But she
I
was,
get it.
It was probably 11 o'clock at night where she is. And she was like,
no.
America's probably 7 hours behind, you know?
Yeah.
But we're like 12.
Yeah.
And so like the time's off. And then of course there's like the language barrier. So it's a little.
So she already paid for the item, paid for the shipping. but the address is wrong, right? So we have the item back.
But do they pay for shipping? They do.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Because we price a little higher.
We paid the shipping.
But we pay the shipping.
So she's asking us to ship it back to her. Well, we already did our part.
We did our part.
But
here's the deal. Here's a con to free shipping, right? You could cancel it, refund her the money minus shipping. If you charge shipping, cancel her the cost of the clothes, she's out shipping. Then if she wants to repurchase, she would then pay shipping again. We offer free shipping. So if we refund her, she gets all of the money, and we eat. Eat the shipping cost twice. We eat because it's the con of free shipping, and which will lead me into returns have been nuts lately.
Returns have been insane.
Like I'm ready to turn them off. Like part of business, I get it, but they've been a lot crazy, lately. And it's all 9 out of 10 is fit.
Doesn't fit. I put measurements in, like every single item has measurements.
And so like for us with the free shipping, like we're refunding the buyer everything. So we lose money every time there's a return. Right?
Yeah.
Because there was still the shipping label that we paid to go out.
Yeah.
And so every time someone returns something, we lose money. So now this person wants us to then ship back again.
Yeah.
Which the big picture is, what's it going to cost you? Like $7? Like
no, it's over. It's like £2. So
I know, but it's going to Delaware. Oh, okay. So it's going to be like $7. $8,
yeah.
Right. In the grand scheme of things,
it's not a big deal.
No big deal.
And we'll just ship it to her.
I mean, we'll go to Starbucks later and pay $12, right? So like not a big deal. But like I'm just curious like what you guys would do. And then now people in the comments are going to be like, see, that's why I don't do free shipping. Yeah. This is why I don't do free shipping.
I mean, I know you are all about the free shipping, but like it is.
Okay, so you like it, but then I think you use it against me when you can. No, sometimes I don't
like it. Sometimes I would rather a flat rate shipping of even just $5. Like $5 flat rate for anything and everything. Can we at least get $5 because of like all the returns we have? Like it's just been a lot.
Okay, so here's where I would need, and I don't know how to even get this data per se, is the increase in business, what is the increase of business due to free shipping? Maybe there's none.
We don't know.
Maybe, you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe there is none. Maybe there is. And then like, even with the returns and whatever we eat, you're like, yeah, but you know what? You would have done $2,000 less in sales or whatever the numbers are. So like, how do you really decide? Because the returns are coming no matter what, because the buyer is at least paying the return.
The return shipping. Yeah.
And then the other thing you could do is charge like a restocking fee, which you could kind of coincide with shipping. But like, does that do more damage?
Oh, I think
because people will go, they didn't give me all my money back.
But is it in there, the restocking fee? I think we should do that.
I think, well, that was the other thing that I was wondering is like, do we then have in our description like 10% or whatever the number? eBay only lets you do so much. So maybe you do like 10% restocking fee. But then does that kind of counter because people don't read? Right? Like how many messages do we get a day for like, what's pit to pit? And there's in photos. Right? So people don't read everything.
Yeah.
So then are you going to get, you didn't give me a full refund. And then we go back to negative feedback.
That's true too.
And then that goes into, do you really give about negative feedback? Like we've gotten, knock on wood, one in the last year and a half, and it was because a coat was wrinkled.
Yeah.
So like I don't like. So we're at 99.9, right? And now that eBay gives you positive feedback for every completed transaction,
a negative wouldn't be, but yeah.
Like if somebody saw us at 99.6, nobody would care.
Yeah.
It's funny how everything with eBay impacts your everything, like the counter, like so say we do a restocking fee. What's the worst that could happen? Well, people could be annoyed and leave negative feedback. Okay, well, let's look at negative feedback. Well, now you get a positive so it's like It's Always Sunny when he's got the map out and he's all crazy out. But I'm just curious what you guys would do. Well, we're going to resend her this back.
Yeah, we'll resend
because I'm not even going to try to explain to her how to like. What are you going to do? PayPal me $8? Whatever. But this is a con for free shipping.
For free shipping.
And is it just an overreaction? Or
well,
is this
saying
something
as this
consider?
has been the only time it's ever happened.
Correct.
This has
not
never
really
happened.
a thing.
No, this has never happened before. So the percentage of it is like minimal to even worry about.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's that much to change everything because of one thing.
Are there enough returns then in that same vein?
There have been enough returns to do something about the restocking fee.
Would you do
only because we offer free shipping? And I think offering free shipping, and I know they pay for the return shipping, but we paid up front for the shipping
we lose.
First. So we lost that money. So yes, I do think that we should maybe consider a restocking fee if it's an easy process.
But then, it is because we can just set it, but we would have to put it with every
listing.
Like you couldn't just, if someone's like return for fit and be like, okay, but
I don't know eBay, like restocking fee. Is there like a thing that you click and it alerts them?
Well, when you go to do the refund, you just hold that money back. And there's like I don't think it's called restocking, but there's like a return fee or something.
Oh, but we would have to say that up front.
But you would say that up front because then people would really be ticked off. Where do you would bury that at the bottom of your description?
Yeah, and nobody would read it anyways.
Correct.
And people would get mad.
So and then is it like, you know what, I would pay $7 for these people to not be mad?
No. I mean, returns are just the cost of doing business. I get that. There has been a lot lately, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean, every clothing store has returns.
Okay, yes. But then you also hear reports that'll, like, Amazon's going to start getting stricter. And so, like, we're not a major conglomerate.
No, we're not. I do wish people would check the measurements before purchasing, though. And, you know, because it is like the fit. I get it. Because, if I get a dress and it looks terrible on me, like... for me, I would just resell it. Okay, so for instance, the boots that I ordered for New York, they did not get here in time. I could not take them with me. The boots are in excellent condition. They are basically like new. So I'm not going to ask the buyer or the seller for a return. I'm just going to resell them. But not everyone is a reseller. So I get not everyone can just resell the items. Yeah. But I'm going to resell them for the same exact that I paid, so I won't lose money.
Well, you'd have
a little bit more.
I was gonna say
a little bit more. So, and I think she took an offer. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And maybe it's just because a lot of returns come in waves.
Yeah.
So is it just annoying because this is high tide?
This is a wave of returns that we've
guess the good news is we're going into summer and it's going to be a lot of shorts and t-shirts and much more affordable of a return. But I do think of, like, we are covering shipping and they're getting that money back.
Why?
If you buy something for $100 free shipping and then you send it back, you pay for the return label back, but we refund the $100.
Why? Why don't we take off the shipping that we pay?
this would then lead into the conversation.
Oh, I thought we were already doing that.
No, that's why this is the whole conversation.
What? So we refund them our shipping that we paid? That doesn't make sense.
Because shipping is in the transactional of things, shipping is free.
Right.
We're paying shipping.
Yes.
So it's not in the transaction price.
Correct.
So
we're not refunding them the shipping that we paid.
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying.
But they get the $100. So
no. Okay, wait. So they pay for something for $100. We ship it to them for free. Mm-hmm. Then they want to return it. They pay the shipping back they pay for the shipping to return the item to us. They get their $100 back. It's
correct.
The same. It's $100.
Yes.
Yes, we are out the initial shipping of the item. Yes.
Where the hell have you been the last 10 minutes?
I thought you were saying we were returning that shipping.
We are, in terms of if it's $100, right?
Yeah.
Say it would be a $90 item, but we bumped it and sold it for $100 because we're covering shipping.
Oh, I don't
right?
even think about that.
Learn your business here, girl.
No.
So now you're sending that $100 back, right? But we're still out the $7 or $8 it costs to ship.
Right. I get that.
So I'm asking now, if we process what? Maybe, we have like a 5-6% return rate.
It is a lot.
Right?
It is a lot.
At on average, $7 to $10 a pop.
Yeah.
Every return costs us at we'll just say $8. Mm-hmm. So if you take 5 returns a week, that's $40.
Yeah.
You times that by 52. Mm-hmm. How much is that?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
That's
you lost me at return.
But that's like $2,000.
That is quite a bit.
Nothing.
I think we should definitely reevaluate that.
Well, the conversation, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because that is no bueno. Because
if you then said, hey, this is 95 plus 5 ship, right? Mm-hmm. So still $100. Mm-hmm. And they return it, you return $95 and you keep that 5. Mm-hmm. Versus now 100 free ship, they get the 100 back. Is it just splitting hairs, or do we not really sell things for more?
Oh, I don't know.
Because we accept so many offers and send out so many offers.
That's why I think that we don't really sell things for more, because we do send out offers.
Correct. So now we're actually selling things for less.
But here's the deal with that. Like $100 sale, I'm okay with that because I know the price I paid was minimal. It's the $30, $40 sales that really hurt us. That's why I don't like selling things that are that low, because we do get killed on shipping and offers on those low dollar items. So that's why, I think for us, if it is under 40 or under $40, I don't think we should have free shipping. We've talked about that before, and I truly do believe that we should not have free shipping on under $40 items.
So I would be more inclined to just turn offers off.
Well, we did that. I do think that free shipping, though, helps us sell our items more. I do think that it helps us sell more items.
So then ultimately, is it worth it?
But for under $40 items, I don't think it does, because people send the offers and they're like, hey, I'm going to pay you $15 for this. So you have for $40. No. No, sir, you are not.
That would be like my initial reaction then would be to shut off offers for that dollar amount.
Oh, we can do that.
Because a $25 Peter Millar polo plus shipping is going to be, we're honestly going to sell it for $25 free shipping.
100%. I do think, and I wanted to do this, shut offers off offer than under $40.
Yeah,
no offers. Like, you are already at the lowest of the low with free shipping. Like, you can't get any lower than that.
Not to continue a rant.
So this was a rant.
Well, because I'm thinking of the annoyance that I have never seen more $8 and $10 offers on things in 5 years of reselling.
This item is listed for $50. It's free ship, and you send me a $10 offer. It's free shipping. It's going to cost me $10 to ship it to you. You want the item for free, mister? What
is very funny to me is maybe 2 episodes ago, you talked about being a lowballer.
I don't think I've ever lowballed anybody on eBay, and I don't lowball in a sense where it's a $50 item, $10. I lowball in a, would I take this offer? And I send that. And they always take the offer.
Yeah.
I lowball in a way where it's not such a disgrace. Like, it's not such a dagger in the heart to a seller.
So you take lowball offers personally?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
A dagger to the heart?
I was kidding. It's not really. It's annoying. It's more of a gnat in the ear. How about that? Lowball offers.
That is the most Midwestern thing I've ever heard you say.
A gnat in the ear.
Oh, it ain't nothing but a gnat in the ear. Tell you what.
So annoying.
I used to catch catfish on the banks of the mighty Mississippi.
I did.
That ain't nothing but a gnat in the ear.
Oh.
Gnats in the ear are annoying.
Very annoying.
But
that's your $5 offer.
I think it's really has, and there has been a lot of those. There is, I don't know if there's like a nationwide campaign to send lowballs out going on, but it has been rough lately.
And on eBay too. And typically it doesn't happen that much on eBay, but eBay has been even bad. And I'm like, are you I can't even. I'll decline. I've declined so many offers because I don't have time for that.
I do I've actually have been, we talked about this like a month ago. I have been blocking everybody. People have to be just like, what the hell just happened? But again, you're sending me a lowball, right? I'm countering to what I think is still you're getting a good deal.
Yeah.
Right? If something is listed on Poshmark, for example, right? Where you're paying 20% fees, right? If something's listed for $60 and you send me 20 and I come back at 48.
That's a really good deal you're giving them.
Right? And then you counter at 22.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, you're done.
No.
You're done for.
I had one, there was one declined the offer, right? He came back and sent an offer that was lower than what I had just declined.
Is it a block?
Blocked. I just there is, and this goes into what we were talking about with Depop. My time has a value.
This is true.
And I don't know if you're being serious. You think all right, I'll go to 22, but I really don't want, are you really there? Are you effing with me?
Maybe.
Are you giggling on the other
Probably.
end? I assume you are.
Yeah, I'm assuming the
if
giggle.
You come up $2 and we're
you're just
$30
being a punk.
apart.
That's just being a punk. And you know it.
And right?
Yeah, that's being a punk and you know it.
I'm too old. I'm too nasally right now. You are
You're
just
grumpy
getting
old man.
blocked. Listen, I'm on the back 9. All right. My time is more precious than ever before. We're $30 off and you're coming up $2.
Never gonna get there.
We're never gonna get there.
The thing that's been annoying me on eBay with lowball offers is because in eBay you can send a message with the offer and you can say best and final, we're covering the shipping on this. Can't go any lower. Whatever message you want to put in there, you can say. I'll send that with a message. And they still come back with $1 more.
Yeah.
Did you not read my message? No, decline.
Yeah.
Immediate decline.
Yeah. It's the messages that annoy me the most back are when they're can you meet me halfway? And their halfway is based off of my lowest offer.
Oh, yeah.
So if I have a $60 sweater and you send me 20 and I come back at 48, that's the deal. They want
30?
But they want halfway of like 20 and 48, where I'm like, no. I'm at 60. Hence why I listed it for 60.
40 is halfway.
You know what I mean? So like, you're halfway of my offer versus reality to like.
Sometimes I wonder on eBay, because for the most part, clothing resellers don't have free shipping. So sometimes I wonder if people don't take the free shipping we offer into account with their offers being sent. Because I have seen a message like somebody is like, oh, I didn't realize that it was free shipping. Yeah. So I'm like, do people not realize that it is free shipping and they're just sending us atrocious offers because they are taking it? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But
I mean, I bet there's a lot of people who don't realize that the free shipping is on, but I also don't think that most of those people would care.
They probably don't care. You're right. They probably just want the deal.
Because then it's just a better deal.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a rant. You okay?
There's just been so much of it, and it's not like it's been a one-off lately. It has been like a barrage of just low balls and like low ball. Like, I have never seen $8 offers before.
Plus with free shipping.
With free shipping.
So that's like, we're giving you the item. Like, sir, do you want this item for free? Here you go.
And we have like crap from 5 years ago that's down to like $14, and like they're sending like 8, and I'm like, I
we just need to turn off.
No, I get that, but I'm just like, I'm literally sending you this item for free. All I'm trying to do at this point is not lose money. Yeah.
So as a frequent shopper on eBay myself, I will say, looking at listings, quite a few people don't have offers on. A lot of the things
don't have offers on?
Yeah, a lot of the things that I have hearted I'm not able to send them an offer. So I heart it to see if they'll send me an offer. But a lot of items do not have offers.
Well, we didn't. We only started to because
so it is something that maybe we can reevaluate and turn the offers off, especially when like maybe end of March when things start to get a little bit busier. Maybe just turn offers off again.
I think I would do offers based on age.
Oh, like what? Yeah.
Because I like sending out offer. You know what's funny is how when a platform rolls something out that's new, and it's because it's new, it's just like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like eBay, when you sent offers, you sent a price.
Yeah.
Right? And like, oh, this is listed for 30. You have a watcher send an offer, and you go, oh, $25.
Yeah.
And then they rolled out that you could do percent. And that was like, this is stupid. I only use the percentage.
Oh yeah, I never do the
dollar amount.
I never do the price.
Was so outraged when that rolled out, and now I'm very thankful for the percentage. But what I do is I go by date, and if it's 570 days, like you're getting
the 30% off.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And if I'm like, no, this is 17 days old, like you just get our standard 10% offer. So I have been trying to do that because I do worry with old stuff, if you don't have offers on, that it's just there's no chance of it.
So with the that percentage, I don't like seeing the notification in my email or my eBay app that says you have offers to be sent out. I like that at like 0. Because I always want to be sending offers out. So on the new items that I don't really want to send an offer out on, like I'll do 5%, right? Until we got that message from that person that was like, that is insulting, a 5% off offer.
I would have taken your offer, but 5% is insulting.
5% is insulting? Like,
You're
I'm sorry, I just listed this. Yeah. Like, I don't even need to send you an offer. People are wild.
Yeah. But I I think we need to pay more attention to how long things have been listed. And then with that old stuff, what they've been listed for. I mean, in all honesty, if we've had something for 600 days and someone sends an $8 offer, like I really don't care and just go.
You can have the item for free because we pay shipping too.
Yeah, but I'm just I think we need to pay more attention to just how old stuff is.
So you were saying then turn offers off on anything $40 or under.
Well, you said $40, but I
whatever that arbitrary number, or turn shipping on for anything $30 up or below, right? So like that's another thing. Like you wouldn't get the offer for $8 if the offers were off on really really old items. But if the shipping, you at least wouldn't lose that shipping money.
I guess at this point, like if something's that old, like we just want it gone at that point, right? Like
but do we really want to pay for the shipping to have that gone? If they're willing to buy if they're willing to buy it with the shipping, which is a good question because we don't know if they would even buy it if it wasn't free shipping.
I mean, to me, if something is like plus 500. Honestly, like I see over 400 days and I'm like, you can have it. 9 out of 10 times, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's something, even if it's something that is like, this is going to take a while to sell, like in your head, you're not like 2 years.
Is there a way in eBay to turn the offers on or off by date?
Nah, I don't think you can automatically do it.
You'd have to go through each one.
But you can look it up. I'm assuming, I haven't played with it in a while, but I'm assuming you can pull.
You can bulk edit by dates.
Yeah.
That would be good.
But like that 600, now that we've been doing this for a while and we haven't delisted, and like if something is 600 days old, like is delisting, relisting even really going to help it that much? Like, no.
Maybe
silence and noise is silence and noise.
But it does help when we've been doing our inventory. It has helped changing things,
lowering prices
to sell old items. So probably does help.
And so then that goes into, is it being priced correctly more important than any of the other things?
Well,
if you're lowering the price and now all of a sudden, because the problem is
if it's too low, some people won't even, if it's too low, then they think there's a flaw.
Correct. So the pricing is that important, right? Like if you have, we don't sell shoes because we have shoes from 3 years ago. If they're $19.99 free shipping, but everybody else has them for $40,
then they're probably like, there's something wrong with that.
Which they're probably dry rotted at this point. But, just like, is really priced correctly more important than anything?
Well, yes, I would say yes.
Right? Because I think of even like from a YouTube standpoint, right? Like our shows, this is episode 31. These are all relatively the same. Topics change, but it's you and me on the couch. Our thumbnails are exactly the same. It's the couch with a colored background and a date. But the title is the difference of 2,300 views or 1,700 views, right? And so title is important. So at the end of the day, is it just good title, priced right?
That's all you need, basically. You can be...
Shipping, no shipping, returns, no returns, whatever. Like, ultimately...
Title and priced right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the tricky part is when you list something on eBay... You list it for right then and there. Yeah,
that's true. Because like if it's been a few years, the market's probably changed on that item. Correct. It could go up or down.
Yeah.
So,
and in most cases, it went down. Although we will be reselling long enough that like you're going to be like, oh my god, we just sold like 5 pairs of booties.
And like so like 4 years ago, the Hollister Y2K craze wasn't around, right? So those shirts were probably selling for $10. Now they're like $100 shirts.
There's something like someone who's been reselling for a long time that's like, what I've been selling a ton of, and then it's whatever that item is, and it's like, god, these have been in my store for years and I sold 3 of them in the last month. So like it does kind of at least from a clothing standpoint. I don't know how much like
I feel like home goods change. I feel like home goods have their like trends and stuff too. But
I think like going through, you mentioned us going through inventory and lowering prices has helped.
And I'm not lowering it extreme. I'm lowering it just like maybe like $5-10.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Depending upon what it is. Yeah. But we're doing that with eBay and seeing results. We have never done that on any other platform. Right. Well, I'm going to lay down.
Yeah.
Episode 32 next week. Hopefully I will not be nasally.
No.
And we'll see you guys later.
See ya.